Hi, my name is Robin Kennedy, and this is my Lesson 8 BYU Argumentative Speech. What is more important? Children sitting in a classroom, static, for 8 hours a day, or having a happy, healthy child who is both physically and mentally fit? Physical education should be required in schools. Physical education is being overlooked and in some cases is being discontinued in schools to be able to focus more on academics. Physical education should be mandatory because it improves the fitness of children. It is not only linked to good health, but it is a preventative measure against disease, a program to build muscle strength. It promotes academic learning, builds self-esteem, develops cooperation, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Ultimately, physical education is set in a place to help students develop health and life habits which will serve them in the long run. With today's society, technology makes things easier, letting us enjoy the facilities of day-to-day. Need 20 minutes to sit down and do something? Put your child on an iPad. Need 10 minutes to get something done around the house? Put them on the iPad. Want to be able to enjoy a nice dinner out with your family or husband? Stick them on the iPad. Want to be able to go on a vacation and enjoy a night out? Put them on the iPad. Today's technology is what I feel like I call a pacifier. It pacifies the kid to keep them calm and quiet for the meantime as needed. But this pacifier is ultimately getting them hooked to a screen. Kids now just simply aren't wanting to enjoy any form of a childhood, like playing outside until the fireflies come out. I say all this because if we continually put kids in front of a screen, as well as implement more classroom time by taking out physical education, we are causing our kids harm and leading them into a sedentary lifestyle. Therefore, the education system needs to be proactive and physical education should be required in all schools. Research performed by the CDC has proven that physical activities help to relieve stress and is a great outlet from the worries and pressures of young individuals. Statistics from the CDC also show that over half of all schools have 10% or less of their students walking or biking to and from school. And only 45% of those students of all schools provide opportunities for students to participate in classroom physical activity breaks, such as getting up in the middle of a lesson to stretch out, stretch their legs, stretch their arms to take a mental break. Less than 4% of our schools require daily physical education, and only 55% of all schools offer opportunities for students to participate in physical activity clubs before or after school, such as intramural programs or clubs. Key findings show that children and adolescents spend an average of 6 to 8 hours per day in a sedentary behavior, both during and outside of school, and being that a school is roughly 8 hours long per day, they spend majority of their time sitting throughout their day. Limits need to be set for screen time. Active movement breaks need to be taken after long periods of sitting, and there should be safe places for kids to play, and activities that strengthen muscle and bone should also be encouraged. There are many benefits of physical education in schools. Increased time spent in physical education does not negatively affect students' academic achievement. Therefore, when students get physical education, they can increase their level of physical activity. They can also improve their grades on standardized tests. as well as stay on task in the classroom. I will say that when I have my students get up after one lesson and do a go noodle on the internet, I see much more in physical and mental improvement throughout the day than I do if we just sit there the whole day. The Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans, second edition, recommend that children and adolescents ages 6 to 17 years of age do 60 minutes or more of moderate to vigorous physical activity daily. Regular physical activity can help children and adolescents improve cardiorespiratory fitness, build strong bones and muscles, control weight, reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, and reduce the risk of developing health conditions such as heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, and obesity. With physical education, children can also improve their fitness, posture, and boost their confidence. It helps students to form good habits from an early age. Running, jogging, weight training, eating healthy, and getting to sleep on time are habits which will help them in the future. It is important to start these habits young so they learn to grow into their habits and keep them for their lifetime. Physical education promotes academic learning. The CDC states physical activity can have an impact on cognitive skills and attitudes and academic behavior, all of which are important components of improved academic performance. These include enhanced concentration and attention, as well as improved classroom behavior. I know that in my school, it is required that students have physical education 2 times a week. And in middle school, where I was last year, they only had it 1 time a week. So the difference is kind of quite drastic. Active learning research says in some cases, more time in physical education leads to improved grades and standardized test scores. Physical education can help improve students' test scores, but unfortunately, schools across the country cut physical education class funding with the belief that more firm classroom time would stimulate students to learn more. It is an incorrect belief, and there's scientific evidence to back that just was mentioned. Physical education builds self-esteem, develops cooperation, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Physical education encourages a stronger sense of self-worth in kids based on their mastery of skills and concepts in physical activity. They can become more self-controlled, confident, independent, and assertive. When physical education is implemented, the development of student responsibility for health and fitness increases, as well as influencing moral development. Students can adopt leadership, cooperate with others, and accept responsibility for their own behavior. Physical education can be a major force in helping students and children socialize with others and provides opportunities to learn positive people skills. This is especially important during the late childhood and adolescence. Children being able to participate in dances, games, and sporting events is an important part of peer culture. Physical education in schools should be mandatory because it creates a positive attitude for health and fitness in a safe environment. It has been proven that physical education not only enhances physical skills, but it improves cognitive development as well. Physical education reinforces health by establishing a strong connection with the mind and body, as well as teaching children to value their own bodies. By exercising several muscle groups and putting their own bodies through physical but fulfilling tasks, they learn the value of promoting their own strength and improving their bodies. Children who are encouraged to be active early on in their lifetime are more likely to have these values instilled in them in the future as adults.